guys, it's D to the B here with the review on Bad Batch Episode 8. And it wasn't too bad. So the episode opens up with Crosshair and the Purge Troopers. Yes, this is actually what they're called. And I'm pretty sure what I've heard, they're also in Legends, if I heard that right. So Crosshair and the Purge Troopers walk in to a room where there's a Kaminoan and an Imperial officer discussing, and Crosshair's like, I need lots and lots of troops because these scrappers have found Clone Force 99. And the Kaminoan is trying to convince an Imperial officer to have the troops bring back 99 because they are reliable soldiers, but the new Imperial guy is like, no, I don't want to deal with these traitorous clones. When you find Clone Force 99, just kill them. And then Crosshair walks out of the room. Then we transition to Wrecker teaching Omega how to disarm a bomb. And of course she fails the test, but it's a smoke bomb, so everything is fine. So then Echo tells Omega and Wrecker that Hunter wants them by the ship, but the Bad Batch notice the scrappers and quickly engage them. And it took a while to take one of them down. So then, eventually, when they caught him, they put him in handcuffs and piled them all together. Then, Hunter and assumption that there are a bunch of old Republic weapons in the Republic cruiser that are extremely valuable, and also to pay off the debt from Sid. So they go into the Republic cruiser, they find a bunch of weapons, they find bombs, they find a torpedo. Then at some point, Hunter was joking around with Echo, saying, we'll have enough where Sid's gonna have to owe us. And then Echo is like, we wouldn't have to owe Sid at all if we went with Rex. And Hunter feels like that they should be a part of what Rex is starting. He basically says Rex is on a different path. And then Echo is like, we should be with him. We're soldiers, not scavengers. So then Hunter thinks about that for a bit. Eventually, at some point in the episode, Tech calls Omega to help him out, which when Omega is helping Tech, the Empire arrive. Then we transition back to Kamino, where the two Kaminoans are basically discussing about their new clones and how they mentioned how they hired a bounty hunter to get it, but the other Kaminoan says to hire another one just in case. It doesn't matter which bounty hunter it is that catches Omega. Yes, Omega is the test subject, which I don't know how I feel about that, in my personal opinion. But I think I'm gonna make a separate video on Omega. So then we go back. Hunter sees Crosshairs through the binoculars, and Tech blocks their signals, and Hunter's like, yeah, that's not gonna stop him. The one trooper on their way to their destination says, is there any life forces on the shuttle? And basically, the other trooper says, no, there is not. There are no life signals detected. And Crosshair is like, no, they're jamming the signal. They're still on the ship. Which I actually liked that moment because he's like, no, they're there. They're just jamming the signal. So then the Bad Batch try escaping through many areas, but in their last destination for now, they eventually get caught or surrounded by Crosshair and his battalion or armada. I cannot think of the term right now. So then Tech has Echo activate the cannons on the ship so the ship can split apart. So then later they try escaping through the engine, which kind of backfires on them at first because Crosshairs has them surrounded and he has his troopers turn on the engine. So then Hunter and the others plant some of the explosives on the shielding of the engine. It explodes, and then Crosshair gets kind of burnt from that engine reaction. Then Crosshair orders immediately to secure the Bad Batch shuttle, but unfortunately the troops who had it surrounded are dead. And Hunter and Omega head for the ship, but they are met up with someone in the Clone Wars. It's none other than Can Bane. Yes, Can Bane. We finally get an answer of sorts. We don't know if he dies yet, but we do know that Can Bane was during the beginning of the Empire. So, I'm not sure if a lot of people know this, but in a scrapped episode of Clone Wars Season 7, Can Bane and Boba Fett were in a standoff, but Boba Fett kills Can Bane in the standoff. They even rip off the standoff from the scrapped episode but they replace Boba with Hunter. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh no, they're gonna rip it off. They're gonna have Hunter kill Can Bane. But then Can Bane shoots Hunter in the chest. I'm like, oh, did not expect that. So then they capture Omega, him and his droid, which I'm pretty sure that droid is dead, if I'm remembering right. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different droid. Maybe I'm thinking of the droid that looks like a bunny rabbit. So then the Bad Batch find Hunter, and then they leave the planet. And Wrecker is like, where's Omega? And Hunter is just like, he got her. He got her. They assume Crosshair. And then Hunter's like, no, a bounty hunter. So then the episode ends. Interesting episode. It wasn't my favorite during the beginning of the episode, but it certainly got better as it kept going on, in my opinion. Of course, there are some slow parts to it, but that usually happens with shows. And we got to know where Can Bane was during the Empire, if he lived or not. And also, Crosshair finally hunted down the Bad Batch. I hope he keeps going after the Bad Batch. Hopefully. Alright, if I had to rank this episode, I would give it maybe a 7 out of 10. Not great, but not
Aim
bad,
for the kid.
if that makes any
No
sense.
issues with me. Hurry up.
Systems online.
Alright, what did
Three,
you guys think of the episode?
Just you.
Sorry if this review is a bit of a mess. I tried everything that I could to make sure that it made sense. But what did you think of the episode? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Tell me in the comments. Have a nice day, guys.